problem with trying to get rid of the covenant of works and having it be swallowed up by the covenant of grace, if you will, or however you do it, is that the law never goes away. Therefore, the covenant of works never goes away. It has to be dealt with. And what typically happens is then, if you make the covenant of works into a gracious covenant, which people do, I see this all the time, people saying online that the covenant of works was gracious. No, you can say that the covenant of works was graciously made. The Westminster Divines said that God, by his voluntary condescension, so he freely made it. But gracious, not so much. The covenant of works is not actually gracious, it's legal. It says, do this and live. The covenant of grace is gracious. And what happens historically is that when people deny the covenant of works, then it comes back in the covenant of grace, and they make the covenant of grace into a quasi-legal covenant. And you see that in people who talk about final salvation through works. They've turned, if possible, right, theologically, they've turned the covenant of grace into a covenant of works. Or those people who talk about justification through faith and works, they've turned the covenant of grace into a covenant of works. And that's why it's really important theologically to keep these two things distinct and to account for both of them. And when we try to get rid of the one, it's sort of like if you've ever had a ball full of air, plastic ball, a beach ball or something, and you go to the beach, you go to the ocean, go to a pool, and you try to push that ball under the water. Well, if it has air in it and it's not leaking quickly, then what does it want to do? Well, as soon as you release it, it pops back up. Well, that's the law of God. It's like that beach ball that you've tried to push under the water. It doesn't stay down, and the law is the same way. It always pops back up, and it has to be accounted for.